So good morning, all of you. And today we are with the lecture number 10 of your course, that is the software engineering. So in the previous two lectures, we did a long chapter of testing. We did different types of testing. And what we are going to do today is we will start with reliability. So first of all, I will cover the topic which is known as reliability. Then we will move to the new chapter, that is quality assurance. So reliability and quality assurance. So this chapter also have got many topics. So just to outline or overview is we will start with the reliability. We will do the definition of the reliability. Then we'll see that what are the different parameters the through which we can measure the reliability of any system, and we will compare something about where the reliability is more important. It is more, you can say, some parameters. According to the parameters, it is more prominent in the hardware systems and the software systems. So we will do, first of all, what is the definition of the reliability. Then we will do the different metrics of the reliability. Then we will also see that what are the difficulties in measuring the reliability. So how the reliability is dependent upon, what are the factors on which the reliability is dependent upon, and whether the observations, how you observe through the observation that the system is reliable or not reliable. So this is the first topic of what we will be covered today, that is the reliability. Then we will cover the quality assurance. Quality assurance, very important thing. Up till now, what we were dealing with the core of the software engineering, that just designing, testing, and delivering it to the customer. But now, whatever you have prepared, is that product, is the customer satisfied with that product or not? So when the question of satisfaction is there from the customer's point of view, then we see that customer is satisfied only if your software or the product which you have made, it is reliable and it is having a good quality. So there are many quality measures, and to achieve this is not a simple task. It is very tough task, first to achieve the quality and the reliability, and second is to continue sustain with reliability and the quality, because errors may come anytime in a system at the customer's end. So if the error is coming again and again, if you are giving the service to the customer, you are removing the error, but after some time still error is coming, then it is lack of having the reliability and the quality feature. So this is very much important feature of any software product or even the hardware product. The quality is the need. What today's the demand of customer is high quality products. So quality is one of the important factors through which we can attain the satisfaction of the customer of your product, whatever the product you are selling to the customer. So it should be a quality product. If it is not a customer is ready to pay more if it is a quality product. Just see the Apple mobile. They are 4 to 5 times more expensive than other mobiles which are available with the same feature. But the quality what Apple is giving, it is known to you all. So due to quality and the reliability feature, the Apple mobile is going on in the market. It is its sale is very much on a high scale. So this is the reason, though it is expensive still. So quality is a major factor of any product. And if we are talking about the software, in software also quality is one of the important factor. And it is not easy to maintain the quality or to achieve the quality. Uh, Quality can always be achieved if an organization or the whole system in which the product is being developed, if it adheres to some quality policies. So there are policies laid down to achieve the quality. If we have certain policy, if we have a certain policy in an organization or in a system, then only we can achieve this quality. It is not a one day task. It is not a one day task. Quality. So quality is a continuous process, and it is not good that there is one benchmark. We have to revise our benchmark for the qualities also. Today we have achieved this quality. Later on we can achieve high level of quality. So there is no end for achieving a quality. But still there are some standards are there. Some standards are there. We qualify those standards and go to that particular quality level. So we will also discuss what are the standards of different quality levels in a software product. And quality is not a simple thing. The whole, it is a type of system. What I will say, it itself is a system. Quality is itself a system that is known as the quality system. So we have to make various policies, we have to make different trends through which a whole system is there. You may have seen many colleges in the Punjab, but they do not survive. I'm talking about the engineering colleges also. So what is lacking? Because all are going with the PTU syllabus. Now, what is difference? One college is also going same syllabus, another college is also going the same syllabus, and one is sustaining throughout this time, and another have closed. So, what is the reason? So, those institutes, those organizations have a some quality system. They had developed the whole system where they achieve the quality. So, in a quality system, it is not only the responsible of the top authority, it is the responsibility of the each and every individual of the organization. Each and every individual of an organization which helps in attaining this quality. So it is the responsibility of every level. If an organization have a different hierarchies of the, first of all, the management is there. Let's take our example in our college. So in the top level, there is the management, then there is the teaching, then the students. So how we are sustaining this 20 years of time, 18 years okay, and we are still on the top in this region. So we have some quality policies. We have developed the quality system. We are taking into account all the measures which leads to attain a quality and sustain a quality. So sustainability is very much important. It is not today. Just see, we have throughout we have gone through. First time also we had the NBA, then we sustained that quality. Second time we also got the NBA. Similarly, first time we also got the NAC, then we sustained that quality and achieved the higher level, because next time achieving NBA or NAC, getting the second time accreditation, it is more tough than the first, because there the requirements are much higher than the first time. They say that your organization have become matured. So matured system should have high quality. So just see your parents are matured. They have more experience than you. So their quality factors, many parameters are there which define the quality. They have more than you because they have more experience. They have seen the whole world better than you. They have experienced many up and downs in the life. So these are the all the things about this chapter, what we are going to do today. So first topic is no doubt I will say reliability is also one of the properties of the quality. But in your syllabus, we have to cover the reliability in more detail. So therefore, I have put it separately, that reliability. We will cover reliability separately. Then we will start with the quality assurance. So there is a system. So it is a different level of quality. I will not say all the products. You will say you say that it is high quality product, and second is it is having little bit low, and this is so you do the grading in quality also. So if we achieve different types of standard, there are different standards available. We fulfill the requirement of each standard, then we reach to one level of the quality. Then we have to reach to the second level of the quality. To reach the second level of the quality, we there the requirements are more stringent. More stringent requirements are there. I am just talking about some research publications we are seeing. So there are different research journals are available. So quality of journals are different. So some are unpaid and some are paid, and unpaid journals they have high quality. So same you see with the help of newspaper you read daily. So you say that the quality of this newspaper is not so much as compared to this particular newspaper. And sometimes you read some news and you say, yeah, fake hoga. So why you are saying the fake hoga? But it has come in the newspaper. It has come in some, you can say, social network. Sometimes we say WhatsApp में news is there और Facebook में ये fake होगा. Means the reliability factor. So it is reliable. How can you can be reliable on some product or some news or anything that is reliable. So it is also a type of, you can say, actually I will say reliability is basically a trustworthiness. If you have trust on a system, that it will never fail, it will never fail when it is required the most, then you say it is more reliable. No error will come, or if error comes, it is very less. And if error comes, how fast you repair that error. Your system policy is such that how fast you come out with that bug or error. It is also some one of the measure of the reliability. I mean, how frequently error comes in, it is one measure. Then how frequently, how fast you recover from that error, it is another measure of the reliability. So there are different types of parameter metrics which define the reliability. So reliability is very important concept of any quality product. Therefore, I will discuss reliability separately from a quality. Actually, reliability is also a part of a quality. So today, what I will do, first I will cover some screenshots, presentation on our reliability. Then we will have a presentation on quality assurance. One thing more in a quality assurance, we will do the definition of the quality. Then we see the what are the quality policies and quality system. What are different levels of quality? It is we start with the quality policy, then we go to the quality assurance, then we go to the TQM, that is total quality management. So it is the different types of level. We will discuss all levels in a quality. After that, there are many standards of quality. Standards laid down. Some standards are ISO 9000. Then their further division of 9000 is 9000 colon 2000, and it is 9001, 9002, 9003. So we will discuss all the ISO 9000 standards. Then we have CMM, that is the capability maturity level. It is one of the another standards. Then we have the Six Sigma, we have the TQM, that is total quality management. So these are in your syllabus. So we will see what we will cover today. I think we can cover only ISO 9000 today. If time allows, we will go for the CMM. So we will see what is after that. ISO 9000 standard we will cover whole today. So this is very important. Up till now, what we like previous chapter and all, there was some understanding also that how what is this type of testing, what is, but in this chapter, when we will cover some standards, then there's some cramming is also needed. Means when this standard was started, when it was launched, this standard is suitable for hardware products. This standard is suitable for software products. What are the different processes in this particular standard? How we achieve this standard? Where we have to apply to attain this standard? So there are something you have to remember. Means cramming is also needed. You have to understand all the things, but the cramming is also needed. Means you have to learn it by heart. You cannot forget this thing. So there will be that topic of standards where you have to learn. You have to first of all understand, then you have to learn hard. You have to cram something. Some dates are there. Some systems are there which is suited to this standard. Some system is there which is suited to that particular standard. So this is all. While I will talking about different types of standard, you have to take care about this. So in the starting, I am also again telling. So what thing you have to understand, and that is also I will talking about the reliability metrics. Very important topic. What are the different types of the metrics, what are the different metrics in reliability. Metrics means how we measure the reliability of a system. And in the nutshell, I will say what is reliability and how we say system is quality product if you have a trust on a system. So there should be whole procedure, whole system to what, to gain the trust of your customer for any organization, for any system which is developing some product, which is developing some project. They provide this product to, they sell their product in the market to the customer. So main motive after making the core, all the processes, all the phases, what we have done up till now, now it is uh, means companies are spending a lot for achieving this thing quality. If the quality, they can achieve the quality, then they can win the heart, they can win the market, they can, you can say, raj karte hain market mein, they are the king of the market, and they sustain for a long period. Whatever you see, some many brands have come and gone through after 1 year, after 2 year, after 3 year, but some brands still, they are right from 100 years, they are celebrating 75 years in ad, in TV. You see that this company is celebrating 100 years, this company is celebrating 125 years, 75 years. So it is not an easy task to sustain over such a long period. If they are sustaining for such a long period, then definitely that company is having this thing. So this is the key term, that quality, and you can be reliable. So again, I am repeating, reliability is one of the factors of the quality. So only reliability does not defines the whole quality. But in your syllabus, we will cover reliability separately because it is more there. So we start, I will start sharing the screen. So before that, if anybody want to ask me anything, you can ask me. Madhu ma'am. So if anybody wants to ask me anything up till now, so what is the overview of today's lecture? I have given the permission to you all. If anybody wants to speak, I will just ask Guleen. Guleen, you unmute yourself. Within 2 minutes, I'm going to start my PPT. Before that, I want to ask, what is the overview of today's lecture? Have you understood or not? Guleen, you can unmute yourself, Guleen.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood what is the overview of the today's lecture?
Yes, sir.
So can you explain within 10-20 seconds in few lines?
Yes, sir. So we
Yes.
will learn about the quality of the software, the
Hmm.
reliability,
Okay.
um, then the standard.
Some standards. Yes. Then, so quality is a one-day task or it is a continuous process?
So it is a continuous process.
Okay, that's good. So let me ask Navneet Kaur. Navneet Kaur, you unmute yourself. Navneet. Navneet, can you hear me? Navneet. (263), Navneet Kaur. There is Niladri Mandal also. Niladri. So these two students have logged in and they are not listening. Means they are not there present physically. So I am going to start with my screen sharing now. So this is the topic for today, that is the software reliability. First we start with the software reliability. Next one. So what is reliability? Let me set the screen. So reliability of the software product. There are several definitions of the reliability. So the main definition will come afterwards. So reliability of a software product, it is a concern for most of the users. Users here the especially the customers. But not only the customers, even in the company, the persons who are working, the experts who are working on your software product, it is a concern for them also. So an important attribute, it is reliability as an important parameter or the attribute or the better special thing which determine the quality of the product. So it is the important factor of the quality. So reliability is an important parameter or the factor of any quality product. Users not only want highly reliable products. It is not only, therefore I'm saying we in only reliability does not cover whole quality features. Reliability is one of the feature of the qualities. So therefore it is written, users not only want high reliable products, but they want quantitative estimation of reliability before making buying decision. It is not only saying that it is a quality product. They ask the question, what is in the quantity in the Meyer form, that how much a reliability factor is there. So there are several metrics are there. There are several metrics through which we see what are the different metrics of any reliability. One student was raising hand. Let me see who is that. Actually, one was raising now. Yes, Shaurya Sharma. You are asked to unmute.
Sir, PPT is still not open.
Uh, you cannot see the PPT.
No, sir.
Just wait. PPT नहीं दिख रही है पूरा. Let me see. Hello. Sorry, it is visible now, no? Guleen, Shaurya.
Yes, sir. Now it's still visible. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. So now to measure the how much your system is having a quality. What is the quality measure of your system? So it is not an easy task. It is very difficult problem. Why there are? It is difficult to measure the accurate measurement of the reliability. There are several factors which make it those contribute to measure the software reliability are typical tasks. So let us see why it is typical. Next. Major problems in reliability measurement. first of all, the errors do not cause failures at the same frequency and the severity. Means uh, the occurrence of error. Sometimes error occurs after 5 minutes, and sometimes error occurs after 1 hour. That's one place. So the same software product, error occurs after 5 minutes. At another place, error occur after many hours, and some place error. So it is not only your product. Sometimes some extra factors are also responsible for this. So it is very much difficult in such situation to measure the uh, reliability of the system. Sometimes error are occurring very frequently, and another time error is occurring very seldom, in a seldom manner. And severity of the error. Sometimes the severity means strength of an error that causes the harm to your functioning of your system. It also varies. So therefore, it is difficult. The failure rate is observer dependent. So sometimes there are failures and observer do not depend. And another is observer also see the failure. So and sometimes observer cannot see, because sometimes the observer is not working properly with your system. So it will not working. He has not got proper training, the customer, to work with your system. So at that cases, many failure will occur. So the rate of failure is also observer dependent. How the client sees, how the client observes. Maybe some there is some fault at his end also. So therefore, it is very difficult to measure the quality, or sorry, reliability of the system. Next, another definition for the software reliability informally denotes a product's trustworthiness or the dependability. That I said in the beginning of the lecture, that reliability is nothing but gaining the trust of the customer. So if you win the trust of the customer, then you say that yes, you can say that your system is reliable. So that is the thing. You have to win the trust of the customer. You have to win the trust of the market or the dependability. So if customer says some major task is there and he asks, yeah, I do not want to take the chance, I will have this product for this purpose. Obviously, means he is dependent upon that particular product. He is having a trust on that particular product. Probability of the product working correctly over a given period of time. So what is reliability? So it is a probability. Always it is a probability of the product. If the probability is high, then it has got the more probability of correctness. So if it is high, your system is more reliable. If the probability of correctness is low, your system is less reliable. A software product having a large number of defects is unreliable. Means if your product is having more defects, obviously it is unreliable. It is so also clear that reliability of a system improves the number of defects. So what one major thing was the simple approach for gaining the reliability is you remove the errors, you remove the defects from the. So it is the first step of first metrics of having the reducing the reliability, that your product should have less number of defects. If it is having the less number of defects, then so you should have a goal of zero defect. You should always have a goal of zero error and zero defect. Next. So difficulties in software reliability, again same. So no simple relationship between observed system reliability and the number of latent software defects. So time to time defects creep in. It is not defects or the error. So it is not a direct relation that always the defect will creep in after such unit of time. So it is not latency. So latent software defects means according to some time period or some round robin system is there. It is not a simple round robin system. After this much of time, this defect will come. So removing errors from the parts of software which are rarely used makes little difference to the perceived reality. And what happens? There are some code in some modules of the software which are used very rarely, and some modules are used very frequently. So the modules you are using frequently or daily basis or many a times, so those modules are checked again and again, and it is working properly. But problem is there, the modules which are used very rarely, so you do not make use of it daily, and so their check is also not done in more frequently. So there the chances of error creeping is more, because it you have not used that particular module or code from a longer period. Suppose you are suppose in the summers you do not use winter wears. So maybe if vinyl balls are not used while your mother is taking account of you after summer is after winter is part, so they put your winter clothes somewhere and with the vinyl balls. If you do not do that, because it is to be going used after 6 months, for this particular 6 months it will be rarely used. So the error, the bugs are more, you can say, easy to creep in that particular module. So here I was using the module of the winter and the summer. Next. Next. So reliability improvement from correction of a single error. So depends on whether the error belongs to the core of the, sometimes it is not error is a symbol. Sometimes what happens, there may be 5 errors, but they are not hazardous. And sometimes there is only a one error, but it is more hazardous. So we have to always see that error is belongs to the core of the part of the program. If that error is belongs to the core part of the program, then it is more hazardous. And sometimes if error is not in the core part of the program, then it is less hazard. So sometimes number of errors are more, but still it is not hazardous. And other time there is only a one error in a system which makes the whole system dumb. So that type of error is more important to fix. And if you fix that particular type of error, you will gain more reliability in a system. And next is the perceived reliability depends to large extent upon how the product is used. So how the person who is using, the way he is using the product, it also depends upon. So reliability also depends. So if the product is sometimes a complex product, so you need a special training to use that particular product. So in technical term of its operation profile. So how to operate that particular product. So it should be some complex products. It should be operated with the expertise or with the proper training. Otherwise, there are more chances of failure. Next. So software reliability keeps changing throughout the life of the product. So this is the important thing. So yes, at this particular moment, your product is reliable, but after some time, some error, some defects come, so reliability goes down. This is the case. And even if you achieve some standards of the reliability of quality products, your reliability of the system changes. It goes high. So reliability is dynamic in nature. It is not a static nature. So therefore, I said it is the, you have to sustain it. So it is not a one-time process. It is a continuous process. You should work continuously to achieve the quality and the reliability of any product or for any system. Next. So there are some reliability metrics. So different categories of software products have different reliability requirements. So therefore, there are different types of reliability metrics also. How you measure the reliability of the system. The level of reliability required for a software product should be specified in the SRS document. Also, what level of reliability is required by the customer from you? It should be mentioned in a SRS document. So if it requires the high level standard, the obviously the product will cost high. If the level standard reliability level standard is low, the software product cost will be less. Next. A good reliability measure should be observer independent. Just note this line. A good reliability measure or the metric that you are using, that you will study now, it should be observer independent. It should not be dependent upon the quality of the observer. It should be dependent upon the quality of the product actually. So it should be the observer independent, so that different people can agree on the reliability. Otherwise, if it is dependent upon an observer, then one will say yes, it is more reliable, another say it is not reliable. Therefore, a good reliability measure should be observer independent. Next. So first matrix of the reliability is ROCOF. Just see the full form of ROCOF, rate of occurrence of failure. So it is the measure of frequency. What is the rate of occurrence of failure? After how much time the error occurs again or the failure occurs again. So frequency of occurrence of failure is known as ROCOF. So observe the behavior, just remember the full form and what it is. ROCOF measures frequency of occurrence of failures or occurrence of failures, it will be the frequency. Observe the behavior of the software product in operation over a specified time interval and see how much time in that particular interval, how many times the failure has occurred. So that time period can be 1 hour or 1 day or 1 month. So it is the different types of product, different types of systems are there. They watch your product for that particular unit of time and they see how much time the your system gets fail in that particular time period. It can be 1 day, it can be 1 hour, it can be 1 month, 1 week, whatever the time period there may be. Next. So next metric is mean time to failure. So MTTF. So average time between two successive failures. So a time where there is a failure one, there is a failure two. What is the time elapsed between these two failure? So it is not only taking the time between two particular failure, one and two. It is average time, time required between one and two, time required between two and three, time between three and four, and afterward taking account of average of all those times. That is known as the average time or the mean time to failure. So average time between two successive failure. It is not a time between. Just remember. Sometimes questions is mean time to failure is time between two successive failures. No, it is not between time between the two successive failures. It is average time between two successive failures. So it is observed over a large number of failures. It is not only you have to see the what is the time between failure one and failure two and failure three. No. Now you cannot have good average then. You have to see these failures between failure one and two, two and three, three and four, four and five, and so on. So there can be n number of failures and it should be little bit large, 50 failures, 50 times system fails, 70 times, 100 times. Then you make a average time. Next. So this MTTF is not appropriate for software as for the hardware. This is important, very important. So this measure, though we account it for software also, but it is more, you can say, prominent in the hardware because hardware uh, fails due to components wear and tear. Because you just see there is a always when there is a hardware, by using the hardware, it goes for a wear and tear. So there the chances of failure is more. So it is more prominent. This metric MTTF, it is more prominent in hardware than the software, though it is also used in a software. Because what happens once you remove the error, mostly in a code, when you detect the error, you remove the error, you repair your system, then there is very less chance of again, because you have already removed the error. You have the compiler there, you run your system, you compile your software, so errors are detected by the compiler. So once you make the mistake, you remove that particular mistake, then the chances is little bit less. But in hardware, it will definitely, your hardware will wear and tear and defect will come with time. So therefore, MTTF is more prominent in hardware. It is all, I'm not saying it is not used in a software, but it is more prominent in hardware. Next. So we can record failure data for how to measure this. I have also told this is a failure at time T1, time 2, to time Tn. There are different types of failure. Then you calculate Ti plus 1 because Ti plus 1 minus Ti. So what does it mean? Has the value I as 1. So you will see the time between failure 1 and 2. 2 minus 1. Time, the 10, you started your system, suppose at 10 o'clock. So first failure occurred at 10:10. So it is Ti. And the second failure occurred at 10:20. It is Ti plus 1. So what is the difference between this? So 10:20 minus 10:10, it is 10 minutes. So it is after 10 minutes, first failure was occurred. Then next have another failure between 10:20, another failure occurred at 10:50. So it occurred after 30 minutes. So what is the average now? First failure occurred after 10 minutes. Second failure occurred after 30 minutes. So average time will be 10 plus 30 divided by 2. It will be the 20 minutes. Here I have taken only the 2 failures, but actually there are many failures which are taken into account. Next one. Once failure occurs, additional time is lost to fail. So what is mean time to repair? Next matrix is that was mean time to failure. Now mean time to repair. How much time is required to come out from that particular failure? That is the time to repair. So time taken for coming out from one failure, repairing of one failure, it is one time. But we have to calculate all the time which we have required to come out from different types of failures. Then we make an average of that also. So that is therefore we use the word mean. So mean is not in a single case, mean is in a multiple cases. So time or you required to come out or repair one fault. So you combine all that such times or coming out of the different repairs. So you make the average of that. That is known as the mean time to repair. Next. So mean time between the failures. Next is what is the time between two failures? So we can combine MTTF and MTTR, these two parameters to get an availability metric. It means when your software will be available now. What is the availability of the software? So it is MTBF, which is the combination of MTTF plus MTTR. So example is the MTBF of 100 hours would indicate once a failure occurs, the next failure is expected after 100 hours of clock time, not running time, but the clock time. Next. This is also important, probability of failure on demand. So sometimes when you have a demand, then what is the probability of that particular failure? Other time it may occur that, but you do not count it. But when you demand it, then it is not fulfilled. Then you say, yes, it is a failure. Other time that module is having many times failure. But when you demand, it is available. So I will not count. Suppose somebody says this is any student X is absent from a college. He does not attend the classes. But I will say whenever I call him, he is available. Then how can I make this mind that he is always absent from the college? So I cannot make that particular mind. So it is probability of failure on demand. Whenever I demand, then that module is present. It is working properly. So I will other time it was not working when you have looked. So I will not take that into account. So I will always take when I demand if that module is available. So I will not consider it as a failure. But second, another way around, whenever you call that module, it is available to you. But when I call, it is not available. It is not working properly. Then I will count it as a failure. So you have called 90 times and it was available. I have called 3 times and it is available only not available 2 times out of 3. It is available. So I will claim 2 failures. So at your case, it may be available. So it is a probability of failure on demand. When you demand, then whether your software or the product is available without any defect. So that is the probability of failure on demand. So this metric does not explicitly involve the time. तो उसमें वो टाइम दिख रहा है, वो दिख रहा है कि किस मोमेंट में आपने उसको यूज किया, आपने उसको कॉल किया. At that moment, it is available or not. When you make the request, when you needed the service of that particular module, is it available to you or not? Next. So availability that we have already done, that is MTTR plus MTTF. So it measures how likely the system shall be available for use over a period of time. So it considers the number of failures occurring during a time interval and also takes into account the repair time. So it is MTTR plus MTTF. Next. So this metric is important for the systems like telecommunication systems, where the call, you make a call, operating systems, etc., where the different processes are going on, where repair and restart time are significant and loss of service during that time is very important. So like you can say electricity department. So this time is So if there is a power breakdown, so how much time it will available next time? So how much time it is taken to repair? So when your again power is available. So it is very important factor in those fields. Next. So reliability metrics, what we have done up till now, different types of reliability metrics. So all reliability metrics we have discussed, they centered around the probability of the system. It is always a probability. It is not, you can say, yes, the system will fail at this particular moment. No, it is a probability. So therefore, average time is taken, not a particular time is taken. Take no account of the consequences of the failure. It does not see what is the reason of the failure. It only measures how much time after what average time this failure is being happening. So it is the severity of failures may be very different. Next. Failures which are transient and whose consequences are not serious means whose consequences are not serious. Those are of little practical importance in the use of software product. So we will not see those particular types of failures. We will always take into account those type of failures where availability factor affects. Next. So this is about the reliability. Now I will ask you if you have understood or not. So let me stop the screen for a while and unmute you all. Yes. Anybody want to ask about up till now what we have done in reliability? So I give you the permission. Wait for a minute. Let me give you the permission. Yes, I have given the permission to all of you. If you want to ask anything about the reliability, Naspreet, just unmute yourself. Naspreet. Naspreet, unmute yourself. Hello. Naspreet.
Yes, sir.
What do you have you understood what I have spoken up till now about the reliability? Ritika, wait, I am coming to you also. Naspreet,
Yes, sir.
tell me about what you have understood up till now about the reliability. Yes, Naspreet. Ritika, you start. What you want to say?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I wanted to ask that the mean time to repair
Mhm.
was the time when the fault is diagnosed, and after that we repair the
No,
fault.
no, it is time between once the suppose you diagnose the failure at 10:10
Okay.
and what time you required in between to repair it, that time is mean time to repair.
We diagnose all the faults at one time, or we diagnose one fault and then one repair,
No, no,
like
it
this.
depends upon. So it is taking one fault at a time, then taking average again, then it becomes the mean.
Okay.
So when you take the average, so it is a mean is always when it is not a single, it is more for a particular time period. You watch the system for a particular time period.
Yes, sir.
Then,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
so whenever there is the mean, it means it is not only a single. You take into account many faults between a particular interval. That interval can be, you can say, 1 hour, or it can be 1 day, or it can be 1 week, or it can be 1 month.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Then only you can get a mean. Otherwise, it is not a mean.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Next, Rajat also wants to ask something.
सर आपकी स्पीड थोड़ी सी ज्यादा लग
स्पीड मीन्स क्या? मैं फास्ट करा रहा हूँ
सर
कि
आप
फास्ट बोल रहा हूँ?
आप फास्ट फास्ट बोल रहे हो तो समझ थोड़ा कम ही आ रहा
अच्छा अच्छा। और
है बस सर यही थोड़ा सा
ओके।
स्लो सर
और एनीबडी एल्स? खुशप्रीत, खुशप्रीत, you unmute yourself.
Good morning, sir.
Kushpreet, have you understood up till now what I have said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, Samriddhi. Samriddhi, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Samriddhi, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Uh, yeah, I'm going a little bit fast today
No, sir. It's all right.
because I was reading the content from the PPT now, so I have to make a face, have a pace according to what I
नहीं
feel.
नहीं सर, आपने पहले ही समझा दिया था सारा प्रॉपर, फिर
हाँ,
बाद
तो
में
ये तो
स्लाइड पे।
ये स्लाइड तो वैसे ही मैं चला रहा हूँ कि आप एक बार देख लो व्हाट आई एम डूइंग. सो मेन क्रक्स वाज गिवन यू अर्लियर आल्सो. Okay. So now
Okay,
I'm going to share about the quality now. Now not
Yes,
I will
sir.
not touching the, you can say, reliability. Now we will doing the quality. So reliability is also one of the parameter of the quality. Here, so we will do another
Yes,
parameter
sir.
of the
Yes,
quality
sir.
here. What is correctness? What is usability? What is reusability? What is portability? So these are also the factors of the quality. If your software, you make a software
Yes.
for one system, and if you can carry that code and you can easily run on another system, then it is known as the portability. Means if you change the environment and still your product is working in that particular environment, then it is portability. It can also be another way, you can say it is also an adaptability also. So if your product is adapting to some another situation, but if you are not able to carry your product from one place to another, then it is not portable. So if adaptability is always possible, so adaptability and portability are similar but different skill. So adaptability is, suppose I'm in this room, clear, and today is summer, and in winter also in same situation I can live. I'm not changing anything, and I am changing, I'm my habits. That is adaptability from my side. Then in portability, what I have to move from this place to another. The product has to move from one place to another and then adjust there. So it is a combination actually. But when the movement is there, we say it is a portability. So adaptability and portability. When movement is there, it is becomes the portability. Clear? So now I am going to start with the different parameters of the quality now. Quality assurance. So come to the definition of the quality. So traditional definition of quality is fitness of purpose. So whatever the purpose for which you have made your product, is it totally fit in that particular thing or not? Is it doing all the requirements of that thing or not? Let me first of all mute you all. So a quality product does exactly what the user want it to do. What are the requirements by the customer? So if the product is going all the things which is required and in a smooth manner, what have been required, what is required by the customer, your product is doing all that particular things and in a smooth manner without any faults, then we say that it is fit and it is a quality product. So what purpose it was required for, so it is doing all the things properly. So if it is also satisfaction of the requirement specified in a SRS document. But satisfaction level of the customer is different. You can say every individual have different types of satisfaction level. So sometimes it is very difficult to define the quality in terms of satisfaction. Sometimes you will say Apple is very high product, but still some customers are not satisfied with the Apple. Maybe different reason, maybe due to cost or something. So if I talk about the satisfaction, so what generally I means, the satisfaction is the customer dependent. Sometimes it is a quality product, but still customer is not satisfied. So there may be reasons, but we have to see the overall. So in that particular sense, we see what was the purpose which is written. It is doing all the purpose and it is doing in a very smooth manner. then we will say yes, it is a quality product. So according to me, the first definition is more correct than the second one, because satisfaction sometimes it is the user dependent. Next, ma'am, click on mouse first of all. So quality for a software product, consider a software product functionally correct. What happens? Sometimes functionally it does all the functions. It performs all the functions as specified in the SLS document, but has an almost unusable user interface. So interface with the user is not good. So sometimes you say that do this thing to your product. It is doing all the things, but you could not know how what is being going at the background. So it is very important the user interface design. So if you are giving some, you have given some command to your system, and for 15 minutes it is processing that particular command, and after 15 minutes it is giving the result. So you know that it will give after 15 minutes. If some other person comes, he will give the command, and processing is going at the back end, but to the 15 minutes he will see nothing is coming output, no output is coming. So he will see that system is not working, there is some fault, but actually the processing is going at the back end. So at that particular moment, some message has to be displayed on the screen that your system is under process, your request is under process, wait for 1 minute, wait for 2 minutes, or it will take a time, be patient. Such type of messages are required in between. So how we display this? This is the user interface design. So user interface should be very good. So otherwise, sometimes it is doing very good. Your system is working properly, but to customer, it feels it is not working properly. So it should be functionally correct also, but with the good user interface. So each and every component is required for the quality product, not only doing functionally correct things. You have to be have good user interface also. Next, like Rajat spoke does. No doubt I am speaking all the things properly, all the right. What I ever spoke, मैंने सब ठीक बोला, but मैं बहुत फास्ट बोल रहा हूँ तो उसको समझ नहीं लग रही है. तो ये भी एक प्रॉब्लम है. तो यहाँ भी क्वालिटी का ये फैक्टर बन जाता है कि हाँ मैंने जो बोला बिल्कुल ठीक बोला, ठीक है, बट मैंने इतनी फास्ट बोला कि उसको समझ ही नहीं लगी. तो वो हमारा इंटरफेसिंग प्रॉपर सिंक्रोनाइज नहीं हो रहा. तो इट इज ऑल्सो अ प्रॉब्लम. तो ऐसे प्रोडक्ट में भी होना चाहिए. और ये चीज तब होता है वी हैव अ प्रॉपर फीडबैक सिस्टम. तो अगर रजत ने वो फीडबैक दिया मुझे, तो आई विल बी लिटिल बिट स्लो नाउ, दो अदर स्टूडेंट्स आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, बट इफ वन इज हैविंग द प्रॉब्लम, then I should go through that also. So it is not the aim that one customer or one, you can say, should satisfy. It is for all the things, the overall market. So this is about the product also. And another, it can also be taken into another way that there are different levels of the customer satisfaction. तो अगर हम satisfaction के हिसाब से देखें, one is satisfied and another is not satisfied with the product of the company. Consider another example, a product which does everything that user want, we say it is a quality product, but has an almost incomprehensible and unmaintainable code. बट उसका कोड मेंटेनेंस बहुत मुश्किल है, कभी कोई उसको प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है, उसको मेंटेन नहीं कर सकता. अगेन इट is it a quality product? No, it is a not quality. So quality product should do all the things in each and every phase, even the maintenance phase. Maintenance should also be very easy. When you purchase the normally what I have seen, the people go one for the Maruti product in a car. तो मारुति के बारे में एक बार ये देखे कि उनका मेंटेनेंस वेरी इजी है और बहुत चीप है. तो मेंटेनेंस तो मारुति की प्रोडक्ट इसके लिए बहुत ज्यादा सेल हो रहे हैं, बिकॉज द मेंटेनेंस इज चीप एंड easy in a Maruti cars. Next. So what are the modern factors which are associated with the software quality? One is the correctness, reliability, efficiency, portability, usability, reusability, maintainability. Very important slide. I will stop for 10 to 20 seconds. Just go through this slide. Just go through this slide. Correctness, reliability, efficiency, portability, usability, reusability, maintainability. So you all know all these terms. Still, I will have a definition of all these terms again. Next. So what is correctness? A software product is correct if different requirements as specified in the SRS document have been correctly implemented and the results are accurate. So it is the simplest definition of the correctness. So your product is performing all the activities which is supposed to be do and performing and giving the good results, accurate results. Next, portability that I have already told you. If a software is said to be portable, having this quality of the portability, if it can be easily made to work in different operating systems and different machines with other software products also. So when we talk with the other, sometimes the compatibility factors also come into account. Next, reusability. How when you say you have done the topic of functions. In functions we make a code and we call it again and again. So it is the example of the reusability, making things using again and again. So a software product has good reusability if different modules of the product can easily be reused to develop the new products. Next, usability is the basic thing. The software product has good usability if different categories of users, both expert and new users, can easily invoke the functions of the product. So all types of user, internal as well as the external user, if your software is easy to use for all of them, then we say it has the this parameter of the quality, that is the usability. Next, maintainability. A software product is maintainable if errors can be easily corrected and as when they show up, whenever errors creeps in. So it is easy to debug your software. New functions can easily be added. Functionalities of the product can be easily modified. So these are the features of the maintainability. A very easy topic now. This topic is very much easy and you know all this thing again. Previously also you know about these topics. Next. Software quality management system. Now come to the system. So what I said, it is not, quality is not achieved very easily. So you have to maintain a proper system, and that system is known as the software quality management system. You have to manage the quality. It is not only achieving the quality, but you have to manage it so that you can sustain that particular quality and even achieve the high standards of the quality from time to time. So quality management system, or in short, it is also known as the quality system. So what it is a methodology. It is a process. So principal methodology used by the organization to ensure that the products have desired quality. So as I spoke in the earlier, in the overview of the chapter, in the preview of the chapter, that it is one process. It is a whole system. It is a total policies are being taken out. It is a methodology of an organization. So it is not an easy task of achieving the quality. So it is, you have to maintain habit, and habit is done if some system is made. That is the key to achieve the quality and sustain the quality. Next. So quality system or the quality management system. A quality system consists of the following. First, a managerial structure. So hierarchy is there. There is a management level, then the implementation level. Like we have a proper structure. The top management is there, then principal is there, then teachers are there. Hierarchy in teachers is also there. Then students are there. So a proper structure is there. So it is not a, you can say, a random manner. It is a proper structure. So it is there is the responsibility of the higher level also, and responsibility, collective responsibility of all, and individual responsibility is also there. So then only we can achieve the quality. So in group and individually. The responsibility of the organization as a whole is taken, but as a whole or comes afterwards. First of all, individual responsibilities have to be taken into account. Next. So the organizations which are conscious of achieving the quality, so what they do, they perform several quality system activities, need to support of the top management also, because if a principal wants something that through this quality can be achieved, then he has to talk to the management. Then management needs to support for that, need support of the top management. So principal need, If I say that I should purchase this software and it will good for the students, then I will talk to HOD will talk to the principal talk to the chairman, because it is expensive software. So it is a support. So there should also be a communication between the different levels of the hierarchy. So with the support at a high level in a company, so many employees may not take the quality system seriously. So it has to be taken very seriously, because it is an individual's responsibility. It is not only the responsibility of the top management. Next. So auditing. So how we see that we are maintaining a quality or not. So time to time we have to go to the auditing. So पूरा हिसाब किताब होना चाहिए time to time. Auditing होनी चाहिए. So you see in every organization every year, so auditors come, वो हमारी सभी files वगैरह check करते हैं, accounts check करते हैं. So then only and they can see that where still we are lagging and what can be improved. So auditing मीन्स हिसाब किताब करना, सामने से चेक करना कि व्हाट आई एम प्रेजेंटिंग इज इट राइट और नॉट. जैसे मैं आपकी कॉपीज इवेल्युएट करता हूँ ना टाइम टू टाइम कि आपने जो लिखा वो ठीक कर लिखा कि नहीं. सो इट इज अनदर टाइप ऑफ ऑडिटिंग. दो इट इज इवेल्युएशन. अगर मैं मार्क्स नहीं दे रहा तो वो ऑडिटिंग हो जाएगा. इफ आई एम गिविंग द मार्क्स इट इज इवेल्युएशन. नेक्स्ट. A good quality system must be well documented and proper document has to be maintained. Whatever, so we have seen now, whatever we do, we check your MST, we make a document of that. We check your assignments, we make a document of that. So documentation, we give you assignment, so our file is made where we arrange all the assignments, all the tutorials, what is to be, we arrange all the syllabus. So anytime any student requires, we send it to that. So it is documentation is very much important. Then next. So if your system is undocumented, so because whatever is documented, it can be used by the coming generations also. Today I am is here, I leave the job, somebody comes, he start taking you software. So if the documentation is done that I have done up till this chapter, I have made these examples I have given, then easily if all these slides I present to that teacher and I leave the organization, so it will be very easy for him to take my position. Next. International standards such as ISO 9000 provide the guidance how to organize the quality system. Next. So this is the overall evolution or the process of the quality system. First of all, inspection is very much important. Time to time inspection is done. You see, when we take the classes, sometimes principal comes or HODs come on round. So it is a type of inspection. So it is a key ingredient of maintaining the quality. Then we have to have a quality control measures. We have to some quality control measures are there. Suppose if the time of the lecture is 9:30, so I have to be here at 9:30. If I am not here, then HOD will take some action. So it is a quality control. He is controlling. If I am not abiding the rules of the college, then he will take some action against me. So this is the control measure should be there. And he himself should come and see whether it is going, all the things are going through. He takes meeting with you. HOD आपके साथ मीटिंग करते हैं. Mentor system is there. So ये सबसे हम क्वालिटी को assure करते हैं कि whatever is being taken, being done, it is going properly or not. So then we come to the total quality management. So it is product assurance to the process. Product की assurance तभी होगी अगर हम एक process को assure कर लेंगे कि ये हमारा process है जिससे हम we maintain the quality. Next. Next. So this is the slide which we have done in the previous. So how to maintain evolution the quality system. So you have to first of all go to the quality control. You have to not only detect the defective products, but you have to eliminate them also. Means जो टीचर अच्छी तरह काम नहीं, suppose जो एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, कोई भी एम्प्लॉय अच्छी तरह काम नहीं कर रहा, बार-बार कहने के बाद भी, then you have to terminate. That is eliminate them. But also determine the cause behind. Before that, you also have to determine the cause behind. Suppose when lecture 9:30 पे था, if lecture does not start, then we have to see whether there was a technical problem from the ISP, internet service provider. तो वो एक अलग reason है. तो means we have to see all the reasons behind the defects, and we have to take the corrective measures also, and the suitable actions should be taken if there is a fault of some person. Next. So not just is that quality control aimed at correcting the causes of the errors, not just. तो हमने ये नहीं देखना कि एक एरर हुआ तो उसको हमने ठीक किया. What we have repaired, we have to also go behind why this error occurred. So we have to deal with the cause of the errors. We obviously at that particular moment we will first of all repair the error, but not only that is the thing. We have to see the cause of the error. So if we see into the cause of the errors, then that type of error will not occur again. Next. So the next breakthrough, it is the after quality control. We is the in the quality, you can say, first step of the quality process. Next step is quality assurance. Once now we have to assure, पहले तो कंट्रोल कर लिया हमने, अब उसको अश्योर करना ये कंटिन्यू चलता रहे. Next, what is quality assurance? So it is the basic premise of modern quality assurance, that if an organization process are good and are followed rigorously, not simply but the rigorously, the products are bound to be of good quality. Very important slide. I will stop here for 20 seconds. You read it. So if an organization's process are good and are followed rigorously, कहता है कि अगर एक organization के process अच्छे हैं और उसको हम अच्छी तरह follow कर रहे हैं, तो sure है कि आपका product क्या होगा, quality product होगा. So to get the quality product, it is that organization process should be good and it should also be followed rigorously. So this is the basic premise of the quality assurance. अगर आप ऐसे करोगे, obviously you will assure that quality is assured. Next. So all modern quality paradigms include guidance for recognizing, defining, analyzing, and improving the production process. So what quality assurance, how you achieve the quality assurance? So there is a paradigm, there is a proper, you can say, total policy is there, structure is there, where a guide is there. It can be written manual or something else. So guidance is very much important. So some rules, some policies are defined. So whenever some problems occur, we go to that. And this gives guidance about recognizing, means how we can recognize that your system is a quality system or not, or how we recognize that there is some error or not. Then we proper definition should be there for different types of errors and different types of quality parameters. Analyzing factors should be there, and it is not only achieving, and it is also improving. Next time we have to achieve the next level of the quality. So this is improving also. Then comes the total quality management. The total quality management, this is the evolution, the diagram which we have done earlier. Quality control, quality assurance, then the total quality. So what total quality management says, that it is a continuous process improvement through process measurements. So it is not a single time, it is a continuous process. So that I was saying, to have a sustainable process, it should be, and quality is not a single time factor, it is should be a all time factor. It should sustain throughout your life, means throughout the life of the product. So TQM goes beyond documenting processes. It not so the quality assurance keep a stress on documenting, but it also goes one step ahead. That is optimize them through redesign. So one time documentation is done under the quality assurance. Then we have to see that your documentation is right, because several changes have been made. Suppose you see the manuals. So every years we change your, you can say, lab practicals. So your manuals has to be revised again and redesigned again and again. So redesigning is also important. That is taken into account in a total quality management. So over the years, the quality paradigm has shifted from product assurance to the process. तो वो कहता है कि हम एक प्रोडक्ट की, हमारे में ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि प्रोडक्ट है वहाँ की, हाँ बीटेक को हम अच्छा बनाएं. नहीं, अगर हम सिर्फ बीटेक को अच्छा बनाने लग जाएंगे तो हमारे कॉलेज में लॉ है, फार्मेसी है, तो उनको हम निगलेक्ट कर देंगे. तो वी विल नॉट मेक वन प्रोडक्ट गुड. व्हाट वी विल डू, हम एक पूरा प्रोसेस को ही अच्छा बनाते हैं. कॉलेज में टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस, वी विल पे अटेंशन टू द टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस ऑफ द कॉलेज. मैं एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ रियल लाइफ. सो इफ वी मेक assure that our process is good, obviously our product will be good. So we have to pay attention to the, now the paradigm, the main thing is shifted from product assurance to the process. If the process is assured, if the process is of good quality, so all the products generating under that product, that process, it will be a good quality product. तो हमने quality process बनाना है quality product से. If we are quality process, product will naturally be quality products. Now I start with the first standard, that is the ISO 9000 standard. So here, from here, you have to do little bit cramming also. You have to remember some things. It is not only going through, you have to remember it by heart. ध्यान में रखना पड़ेगा. Simple questions can be there. So ISO is International Standard Organization. It is a group of 63 countries established to formulate and postulate standardization. Some standards are there, some rules, some policy has been made, and any organization who wants to apply for ISO 9000, he has to follow, he have to fulfill all the requirements which are given in that particular standard, that document. Then only this certification is given to that particular organization or the product. So ISO published in its 9000 series. So what is the name of the series? 9000. Series of standards in 1987. In 1987, the series of standards were published, and what that series name is? 9000 series. So ISO 9000 certification, it serves as a reference for contract between independent parties. So it is a type of contract. It is a reference contract between the different parties who have applied for that particular certification. This ISO 9000 standards specify guidelines for maintaining a quality system. So what it is dealing with? It is dealing with the maintenance of the quality system. It issues all the guidelines which are required for a quality system. ISO 9000 specifies guidelines for repeatable and high quality product development. It also addresses organizational aspects like what are the responsibilities of different you can say entities which are present in that particular system, how the reporting has to be done, what procedures have to be followed, what processes the system should go around, and also the resources, what resources are required, how to manage those resources, how to implement different types of processes which are running. So it is required for a quality management. So you have to remember this thing. What ISO 9000 specifies, or what are the guidelines of the 9000 certificate, or what are the different aspects which are taken into account by the ISO 9000 certificate. So this type of questions can be there, or simple notes can be there. So if it is a simple note, then you have to meet subtopics and explain the ISO 9000. So it is a set of guidelines for the production process, not directly concerned about the product itself, but it is guidelines of the process, not the product. So I have said the paradigm has shifted from product to process. तो ये कहता है कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का एक अच्छा प्रोसेस होना चाहिए. Process is good, obviously the product will also be good. So next important, very important line, a series of 3 standards. 9000 ISO एक series है. So what series is? ISO 9001, ISO 9002, and ISO 9003. Let us see what are these 1, 2, 3. So based on the premises, if a proper process is followed for the production, good quality products are. So what is the main, you can say, crux or the pivot point of ISO 9000 is improvement of the process. So if guidelines issued for the process, not for the product. If the process is good, product is good. It applies to organization engaged in design, development, production, and servicing of goods. So these are the organizations who can apply for ISO 9001. So it is applicable to most software development organization because our are the design development. ISO 9002, ये आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. You have to remember. This is applies to organizations who do not design products, but are only involved in production. They do not design, but only production is there. So designing नहीं करते वो organization. So examples of this categories of industry are steel or car manufacturing industries, where designing is done by them and the industry only manufacture. They buy the product and plant designs from external sources. Only manufacture the products. उनके लिए 9002 applicable है. So not applicable to the software development organization because in software development designing is important phase. ISO 9003, it applies to organization involved only in installation and testing of the products, not the only installation and testing, जैसे CCTV install करना, test करना. So ISO 9000 for software industry. So what are the main things in ISO 9000 for the software industry? हम उसके बारे में अब बात करेंगे. So ISO 9000 is a generic standard. It is applicable to many industries, starting from a steel manufacturing industry to a service rendering company. Many clauses of ISO 9000 documents, they use generic, means general terms. They use the general terms. Therefore, it is applicable to different types of industries. It is very difficult to interpret them in the context of software. So in ISO 9000 as a whole, so general terminology is being used, which can be used in different types of organizations. So ISO released a separate document called ISO 9000 Part 3 in 1991. So that series was released in 1987. Now ISO 9000 Part 3 released in 1991. So this is a little bit typical. You have to remember this thing. So when ISO 9000 Part 3 was released, when ISO 9000 series was released, what are the different, you can say, standards in ISO 9000 series? It was 9001, 9002, 9003. 9001 is suitable for software or not? 9002 is suitable for software or not? And so such a questions can be, sure, small questions can be there. And then again important, ISO 9000:2000. So what is it? So it combines three standards. It is a combination all the three standards, that is 9001, 9002 and 9000. So there was a series, 9000 series में 9001 था, 2 था, 3 था, और सबका combination बनके एक नया standard बना, that is 9000:2000. So it design and development procedures are required. So here both the things, design and development, are taken into account. Only if companies does in fact engage in the creation of new products. So if company has to release the new product, अगर new product बन जाए तो obviously उसमें designing भी हो रही है. The 2000 version sought to make a radical change in thinking by actually highlighting the concept of process management. So here it only how to manage the process. It is the key feature of ISO 9000:2000. So it highlights the concept of process management. Remember this line. Another goal is to improve the effectiveness via process performance metrics. So the several metrics are there where we measure the performance of the process. So numerical measurement of the effectiveness of task is done. So those metrics output is the numerical measurement is done, and continuous process improvement and tracking customer satisfaction are made explicitly. वो अलग से होते हैं, measurement अलग होती है. So why to get the ISO 9000 certification? So there are several benefits of getting, why company should apply for ISO 9000 certification, because confidence of customer in an organization, जैसे इलेक्ट्रिक में होता है कि वो लिखते हैं ISI स्टैंडर्ड है, तो ऐसे ही हमारे में ये ISO स्टैंडर्ड है. तो अगर वो मार्क लगा होगा ISI, सॉरी इन इलेक्ट्रिक में ISI मार्क इज प्रेफर्ड, here ISO standardization is preferred. So it is a type of confidence of the customers. Jैसे we go for the NBA, we go for the autonomous. So when we see, when other student who want to seek the admission, if it is say it is NAC accredited, say NBA accredited, it is autonomous, then it gets the confidence of the students and the parents also. So many international software development contracts insist that development organized to have. So many, if you apply for software development with the contract, if you want to make the tie-up with the higher companies, they see whether your company is ISO 9000 certified or not. Then only they release their thing. It requires, why get ISO 9000? It requires not easy task. It requires a well-documented software production process to be in place. The organization which is applying for 9000 certification, that organization must have well-documented software production process. It should contribute to repeatable and higher quality software. So they have to give the account record, their previous record. अगर आप ये सर्टिफिकेट के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो, तो वो जो चेकिंग के लिए आएंगे उनको आपने जैसे अप्लाई करना है, तो उससे पहले आपको एक डॉक्यूमेंट भेजना पड़ेगा. उसमें अपनी अचीवमेंट्स बतानी पड़ेगी कि हम इतने सालों से हैं, हमारा ये प्रोडक्ट है, कस्टमर का फीडबैक ये है, वो सारी डॉक्यूमेंट आपको प्रोड्यूस करना पड़ते हैं, फिर उसकी वो क्रॉस वेरीफाई करते हैं, देन ओनली आपको वो यू गेट दैट पर्टिकुलर सर्टिफिकेट। ये नहीं कि यू हैव अप्लाइड और आपको सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाएगा। अप्लाई करना ही बहुत बड़ा बात है, उसमें बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं जो उसकी आपको हिसाब किताब देना पड़ता है कि आप कितने सालों से कितना प्रोडक्ट बनाया, कितनी कंप्लेंट्स आई, आपने कंप्लेंट्स को कैसे हैंडल किया, शो मी द फीडबैक ऑफ द कस्टमर्स, ठीक है, कितना आपका ग्रोथ हुआ। अगर आप हर साल देखते हैं कि आपकी सेल में ग्रोथ हो रहा है तो ऑब्वियसली ग्रोथ हो रहा है तो मीन्स कस्टमर आर सेटिस्फाइड। अगर आपकी ग्रोथ में डिप हो रहा है तो उनको समझ आ जाएगा कि कस्टमर सेटिस्फाइड नहीं है। तो ये सब कुछ पूरा हिसाब किताब you have to apply in a return. Then the company come for the inspection, they verify your documents, then they decide whether to give the ISO certification or not. So points out the weakness of an organization. They अगर वो आते हैं, they verify, then they also say that we can give you or not give you. Then if we are not giving you the certification, then they point out what are the weakness, what are the shortcomings in our organization, and they tell us, they recommend that you should take such and such an action and you can reapply afterwards. So this is the main thing about of the ISO 9000. So how to get ISO 9000 certification? So you have to apply to the an organization intending to get this certification. They have to apply to the ISO 9000 registrar for registration. ISO 9000 registration process consists of several stages. It is not a single stage process. So application stage is there. They apply to registrar for the registration. They fill the applications. It is not a simple application writing one page. Application consists of many documents have to be given with the application. Then pre-assessment is done by the registrar. The registrar makes a rough assessment of the organization. एक mind बनता है कि whether should go for it or not, इनको देना चाहिए कि नहीं, फिर उसकी verification बाद में होती है. Then the document review and adequacy audit. Audit means verification कर रहा है, वो आपको वो पूरी टीम आती है, टीम comes in an organization, they whatever you have written in your paper, what you have in the application, वो उसको वहाँ पे जाके confirm करते हैं कि whether it is right or not, and then they give their reviews. Then they also make a report. Compliance audit is done means the register जो टीम आती है वो अपना पूरा यहाँ से आपको पॉइंट्स देके जाते हैं नंबर की, आपने ये लिखा था, दे केम हियर, दे हैव सीन, उनके मार्क्स होते हैं कि 10 में से इस पॉइंट में आपको 5 मिलते हैं, 3 मिलते हैं या 2 मिलते हैं, तो वो रिपोर्ट वो टीम गिव टू द रजिस्ट्रार। देन रजिस्ट्रार उसको हम कंप्लायंस रिपोर्ट कहते हैं, वी सी इट अ कंप्लायंस रिपोर्ट। देन रजिस्ट्रार चेक्स दैट कंप्लायंस रिपोर्ट and whether the suggestion made by it during the review have been compiled or not, that the report is properly compiled or not. Then the registrar awards, if it is satisfied, एक particular norms होते हैं कि इतने marks होने चाहिए तभी आपको certification मिलेगा, तो वो आपको certificate award कर देते हैं। अगर ऐसा नहीं होता तो they also tells कि आपके इस point में you are weak, so they tell you some remedial actions and they ask you to apply, reapply next time. So continuous surveillance is done also. There is a continuous monitoring the organization periodically. ये नहीं कि एक बार 9000 सर्टिफिकेट दे दिया तो ठीक है, वो टाइम टू टाइम आते हैं एंड दे सी एक बार सर्टिफिकेट लेने के बाद उनका स्टैंडर्ड इज नॉट गोइंग डाउन, if they find that standard is going down, they take back the certificate, they withdraw the certificate. So it is the sustainability process, not a one time process. So an ISO 9000 certificate organization can use the certificate for corporate advertisements. तो वो अपने advertisement जब लिखते हैं during ad तो वो बोलते हैं कि we are ISO 9000 certified organization. जैसे we say that we are NBA accredited, we are NAAC accredited, we are autonomous. तो वो publicity के लिए भी काम आती है. So this is all the summary of ISO 9000 requirements. So this you can go through yourself only. I will not go through. It is just management must have an expected. So I have put this in your, you can say ERP portal. This slide you can go through. So there's the summary of all the ISO 9000 standards. So this is all for the today. I will give you the 2 minutes to revise yourself what we have done today. Then I will start with the poll. So just go through. I am giving you 2 minutes. So what I have done, we started with the board. First of all, I have given the preview. Then we did the reliability. Then we did the evolution of the quality. Then quality assurance, quality control, quality assurance, then the TQM. Then we came to the standard. So this is all I have done today. You just go through it. I am giving you 2 minutes. Be relaxed. Then I will start with the poll for today. So it is simple chapter. It is not so much hard, but only standard that you have to, you can say, cram something where it is suited in the software industry or not. What is the points which are laid down in 9001, which are the points in 9002, 3. Then all the things were integrated in 9000 colon 2000. So this thing you have to remember. So I start with the today's poll now. So go through first poll. Question is, software reliability keeps changing throughout the life of the product. Yes or no? And second question is, a good reliability measure should be observer dependent. मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है it should be observer dependent. क्या observer dependent होना चाहिए? Yes or no? So be fast. Simple questions are there. I will not wait for a long period. Only 1 minute already has elapsed. So let's give you more 30-40 seconds. 26 students have polled up till now. Be fast with your poll. Just read the statement. It can be in slides. It was written something, and I have written here something. I may have made little change. So a statement written in what was given in a slide and what I have presented here for you to attempt. There can be a little bit change. So 10 seconds more. Then I will end the poll. I'm going to end the poll now. So see the result of first poll. So first answer was yes and second answer was no. So good response for the first question, but it is only 70% for the second. So the statement in the chapter was a good reliability measure should be observed independent. So if it was independent, then answer would have been yes. But independent को मैंने change किया independent में, so the answer will be no. Second poll about the metrics, reliability metrics. So frequency also have another term, that is rate. So frequency of occurrence failure is measured by which metrics? And second is MTTF is not as appropriate for software as for hardware. This statement is true or false? Be fast. Only 10 have polled up till now. Be fast. So it is not any numerical. You will not get more time here. Twenty have polled. 25 have polled till now. Out of 50 students. Be fast. I will wait for 30 seconds more. Ten students, 12 students still left. So see the result. The answer for first was Rockoff and answer for second is true because MTTF is more appropriate for hardware. It is not as for software because hardware there is more wear and tear. Next poll, a single question. Now it is a single question. In this poll, I will give you only 1 minute. Be fast. Dash consists of the following: managerial structure and individual responsibilities. So this premises is defined in quality assurance, total quality management, or the quality system. Half the time is over and only 10 have polled up till now. Just remember the slide where the evolution of the quality was system. Whole quality, it is quality system, then comes the quality assurance, then the total quality management. So just evolution of total quality management system वाली पूरी slide को ध्यान में रखो. First step was quality system, second was the quality assurance, then was the total quality management. So 3 students still not polled. I'm going to end the poll. Just 2 seconds more. I will be waiting. So the answer is a quality system, and most of you have given the right answer. Next, basic premise of modern dash is: if an organization processes good and are followed rigorously, the products are bound to be of good quality. So you might be feeling confusion between TQM and quality assurance. So just remember, "15 seconds more. I'm going to end the poll. And only 20 have polled, 30 are left now. 10 seconds more. "12 students left. I'm going to end the poll. Still 3 students left. So the answer was quality assurance. Quality assurance. Now the next poll. Last poll of the day. It is on ISO. Just go through this poll. This poll is about ISO. So there was two. One was published in 1991 and one was in 1987. Just recall yourself. The first question. Be fast. Give your response. Ten students left. Be fast. I will wait for only 5 seconds more. So answer for the first question was 9,000 and answer for second question was 9,000 colon 2,000. So this is about the poll today. And one thing, student, I want to tell you that many of you have submitted your machine exercise 1 and 2. So those who are left, I will only wait for 2 days, last 2 days. After that, I will not accept machine exercise 1 and 2. So I have given a lot of time. It was supposed to be submitted last week and I have given one more week. So after that, I will not accept any your submission of machine exercise 1 and 2. And next is you have to submit your assignment 1 also. I have not given you the assignment 1 till now because I have seen many teachers have given and they have also given you the dead date up till 15 and 16. So today or tomorrow, I will post the assignment 1 in your group and I will then give you the 4 days, 4 to 5 days. Let it be like next Monday. So by Monday, you have to submit your assignment 1. So I have not given you till now because I have seen other teachers have given you. So I do not want to make you burdened with my assignment. Now that date for other teachers is going to end on 16. So I will give you the time up till Monday. So today or tomorrow, I will put the assignment in your group. So this is all for today. So goodbye.